Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to do real quick is just a quick reaction video to the new Venom trailer. I'm not going to play any clips, never do. There's my little background. I don't want to get copyrighted, and I don't really need to for this. So if you haven't seen the Venom trailer, go check it out, and then you can come back and see this. I'm not going to sit here and like go, oh, I've seen it 3 times already today. And I just kind of want to talk about my overall feelings about what should I be concerned about this? Should you be concerned about this? In my opinion, okay, the first trailer wasn't even a trailer. It wasn't. It was barely a teaser. I just want to address the little things that are in this thing. So first off is Tom Hardy. Some people don't know really what he's going for in this. Now, growing up with the Amazing Spider-Man in the 80s, 90s. I knew this whole story, the origin story of Eddie Brock. And he always kind of seemed to me kind of like a lummox, kind of a weird talking guy. He sounds not too, he was probably very, Brooklyn sounding, that kind of neighborhood New Yorker kind of guy. He always kind of seemed like kind of a thuggy, Guido-ish kind of guy, a little slimy. And this takes place in San Francisco, so maybe they're gonna say that he came from New York. I don't know, but I kind of feel like what he's doing as far as his voice acting and stuff for the character fits the idea that I have from the Eddie Brock that I remember from the '90s. So if you read any of those old comics, you can kind of, when you see the way he's drawn, the way he acts, and how he looks, I hear that voice coming out of this character. So he probably read a lot of that stuff. He might even have watched like the versions of the cartoon from the '90s. Eddie was always kind of the way he talked, kind of just this kind of street like sounding guy. Also, like it looks like they're just gonna skip like his real origin story where he was disgraced by Peter Parker exposed him as a fraud, which led to the anger towards Peter and Spider-Man. But it looks like we're going to go away from that. He still looks like he's going to be disgraced in a way by this company that's got the symbiotes. I want to make sure I say that. Symbiotes. So that I feel like his character is going to be in line with the character that a lot of people know. Maybe like I said, some people, you just go back and read some of the earlier works of Eddie Brock to get a better understanding. Also, like I said, symbiote. It really kind of bothered me. It's like when people say, like there's this like way of saying a certain word that you get really used to. Like saying somebody's name that people have a hard time with. There's like the Kim Basinger, Kim Basinger kind of thing. So when I heard Jenny Slate's character really, especially the second time she says symbiote. She's like, first it's just kind of like symbiote, but then the next one kind of hits harder. Symbiote, making sure that we understand that's how you say it. And it's a little nitpick, but I feel like a lot of people have called them symbiotes, right? The symbiote thing, like a symbiotic relationship. Nobody says a symbiotic. Well, maybe they do. Maybe I'm being dumb about this. But it just kind of gnawed at me a little bit. Jenny Slate is a good enough actress for whatever she's playing, like an informant at a company. Michelle Williams, people are saying, ooh, Tom Hardy. Michelle Williams being in this is actually really kind of strange because she's usually in a lot of highbrow drama these days. You don't really see her like in her older days, like when she was in movies like Dick with Mary Jane. Why can't I remember her name? When she was doing like a really lighthearted comedies and romantic comedies and Dawson's Creek and all that. So I'm really kind of surprised that she's in this. You got Riz Ahmed, who was in Rogue One. Whatever, I feel like he's just going to be your basic villain. And then what people aren't really, jiving with so far is the special effects. But it doesn't come out till October, so I feel like if they're going to work on some of it, this is the time to do it. I don't really have a problem with it because he's a ridiculous character. He's got, able to stretch out like Mr. Fantastic with his like suit and tendrils, and it coming out of his hoodie. I don't mind all that because if you've read the comics, like, he is always switching and flipping around between himself and Venom all the time, which is another thing that I do like. That is the inner monologue. Even early on, like, why would we do this? Especially, like, you know, if you read any of the newer Venom comics, you know, like, up and throughout, like, I feel like Eddie and Venom have always had this, like, inner monologue going, kind of like Deadpool has his inner monologues. Except this one's much more, you know, Deadpool's just as lethal. So shut up, Rob. But I don't have a problem with that. In fact, I really like it. The voice of Venom, I guess I don't mind it. I hear a different voice, but whatever. Over the years, I feel like the Venom character, the symbiote, has kind of changed in tone depending on what the character's, you know, kind of been doing in his own books and the arc of whether he's a villain or a hero. I kind of hear different ways of that, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I also, I'm not worried. I think we're going to get Venom enough in this. And I'm not really that worried. There is rumors that Tom Holland's going to be showing up. That would be great. I think it would be really interesting to forego the villain side of Venom and kind of make him like Cable is to Deadpool, kind of a foil, somebody that they don't really like each other that much, but are forced to deal with at times. I think that could be a really interesting thing. So anyway, that's my reaction. I think it's a way better trailer than that whatever teaser thing they gave us before. And Tom Hardy has almost, I can't think of anything that I didn't like Tom Hardy in at all. There's been movies that weren't good, but he was always all right in them. So I'm leaning towards hopefulness on this one. So anyway, that's my reaction to this. I hope you like it. Please hit the like button if you did. Hopefully the sound's getting better. Hopefully, I'll be getting a laptop soon, so the video quality will start getting better. And, go ahead and hit subscribe. I am not doing this for the money. I'm just doing this to try to give my own little 2 cents on everything. So wait till next video, which will be, I've got Handmaid's Tale probably tonight. The premiere of that is tonight. And Legion Chapter 12, Episode 4 of Season 2 is coming tonight too. And then we got Avengers Infinity War on Friday. So those are all things to look forward to. And have a great night.